we live? Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, I think we're officially live. That took me a minute to figure out. This is my first time ever going live on YouTube, and so we're giving this a try. Yeah. All right, so it looks like we have a few people here. So welcome. I just want to see who's here right now. So go ahead and put your name in the chat box. There should be a chat box to the right. And you should be able to say hello. Tell me your name. Who is here? So excited. This is my very first, like I said, YouTube live stream. Usually I do all my stuff on Zoom. So hi, Katie. Welcome. So happy you're here. I'm so excited to be, I'm just so excited. This is so exciting. We're going to be talking about all things feng shui and manifesting today, as you guys know. So I'm just going to make sure, can you guys hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up. I'm not going to put my headphones on because it's just doesn't fit my look today. So, all right, we're going to get started here. Okay, so thank you, Katie. Welcome to my first ever Feng Shui Masterclass. My name is Nixie Marie, and I am a Feng Shui expert, and I have been doing Feng Shui, for consciously 3 years, but unconsciously knowing I was doing Feng Shui with my cleaning business previously about 8 years. So I am just always so excited to be able to share a lot of the medicine that I've learned from learning Feng Shui. And I'm trying to figure out how to get my screen bigger. So hold on one second. Let's see. All right, we're just going to leave it here because I don't want to mess with it. I'll figure this out later. So back to what I was mentioning, I've been really just diving deep into my path as a Feng Shui expert and being able to really create courses, create workshops, create products, create offerings that can really help you guys also understand how to create a home that really allows you to thrive in all areas of your life. Because when I started learning Feng Shui and understanding how I could set up my space to really allow me to flourish in other areas of my life, everything just started to click for me. And I don't know about you guys, but our homes, for me, I was not always a very clean person. I was definitely guilty of cluttered spaces, and I really got to see through my cleaning company how many people really struggle with this alongside myself. And really what I came to find was we just need a little help, right? We just need someone. So I felt like when we had my cleaning business, we were kind of these little cleaning fairies that were mediums that kind of came in and really helped people clear their stuff. I've worked with hoarders. I've worked with I've seen some very intense things. So it's been such a joy to be able to help people transform their spaces from the inside out. Because one thing I really started to recognize that a lot of people tend to think that they can hire an organizer or hire a feng shui practitioner or a cleaner or somebody to come into their space and do it for them, and then it's going to stay that way, or everything's just kind of going to go back into that closet and disappear and you'll never see it again. And unfortunately, without changing the mindset and changing your inner world, that exterior world will never stay the same. It's just like when a lot of us here. Hi, Elsie. So good to see you here. Welcome. So if you guys are just popping on, I'd love to see who's here. Put your name in the comments. The chat box should be to the right. This is my first time doing YouTube again, so getting used to this. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but we'll just give it a go. So the amazing thing about Feng Shui is that it's really the physical practice of creating your reality, aside from the law of attraction, to where, we're working with our mindset, we're able to really tap into that. So Feng Shui is a way to really understand how your inner worlds reflect your outer worlds. And so we're going to be talking today about how to set up your home to create a beautiful vision board for your life, because I really believe that your home can be a tool for manifestation. It can be a tool for calling in your deepest dreams and desires. And I'm going to get into a little controversial, probably perspective about manifesting and the term manifesting today as well, just to be clear about what I'm talking about when I'm mentioning and I'm using the word manifesting, because I think that that is such a buzzword and it can easily be taken into a slippery slope with materialism. So we'll get into that as well today too. But yes, if you're just tuning in here, put your name in the chat box where you are tuning in from. And also, we're going to kind of slide into our intentions and our manifestations to kick off this masterclass. So I want everyone to take a moment to just be still. We're going to focus in on our breath. Before we say any more, we need to be present. We get to call our bodies here, our energy here, our minds here. So go ahead and just close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And let it out with a big sigh out of your mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And as you take this next inhale, I really want you to think about your intention for today. What are you calling forth into your life? What are you manifesting? What are you bringing in to your space, to your mind, to your body, to your soul, to your home? And think of one thing right now. One thing, maybe it's a way of being, maybe it's a place you want to go, maybe it's something you are calling in, maybe it is a little bit more prosperity, maybe it's love, maybe it's a partner, whatever it is, we are focusing on this one thing today so that all of us here can create a global, collective cauldron to put into this space so that we can help support all of our manifestations come to life. So feel it, believe it, see it. What are you calling in? What is your intention with this manifestation? If it's more money, what are you going to do with this money? See it in your mind. If it's a partner, how are you going to show up to this partner? How do they show up to you? What is your intention with this space? So holding this intention, holding this vision, this manifestation in your mind's eye right now. Just sit with it. Sit with it and breathe with it. Take a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And as we are in this season of autumn, we're in this season, if you're on the Western Hemisphere, we're also in the season of Mercury retrograde. This is a perfect time for you to revisit, reflect, remember, reawaken, and let the dead things go. Let anything that doesn't serve you at this time, let it go. So anything that isn't serving your vision, anything that isn't serving what you are calling forth, what we're going to create today in this masterclass, let it go. I was speaking on my live stream earlier on Instagram that there's a lot of tug of war in the mind right now. There's a lot of tug of war in our energy field, pulling us left and right. We should do this thing. We should do that thing. Society's really pulling us into these areas of life, like all these different areas. And so we need to be clear about where our energy is at and make it a daily practice to call in all of our energy, to call in our intention, to call in our manifestations, and to be completely crystal clear about what our opinion, our intention, our hearts, where our hearts are at, because it's easy to get dragged away right now. So hold that with you in your heart as we are here with each other for an hour today, to just be in so much gratitude and appreciation that you are showing up for yourself right now in this moment, creating your intention, creating your manifestation, creating your desire, because there is so much fear in our world at this moment and in time that we get to always come back to our hearts and our place of love. And I really believe that our homes are our sanctuary where we can come back to that and remember who we are. And I keep saying welcome home because I've been traveling, as many of you know, for the last year. But I do feel like that there's this collective welcoming home. And when we understand that our homes are our safe havens, they are a place for us to come and sit in stillness and be with ourselves and have self-reflection and really do the deep work that's required for us to be the light in today's world, that we have this amazing opportunity to thrive when perhaps people need us to be thriving right now. Because I get like emotional when I think about this, because I think so many people need us to be in our power and rising. And that is really hard. It's a hard responsibility, but everybody here right now, I know how powerful you guys are, and everyone seeing all the names come in through this sign up for the masterclass. I'm like, yes, I want your energy here. Yes, I'm so excited you signed up, because I'm calling in the troops, you know, and a part of that is us doing the work. And I really believe that Feng Shui has a really amazing opportunity and amazing gift to help us anchor in our visions and our dreams for creating a better world. And that's my intention with why I'm stepping into my role as a Feng Shui practitioner. So let's just bring all that in and hold that in our hearts and be reminded of what we're creating and be reminded of what we're letting go. So let's take one more big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth with a big sigh and shimmy it out. Woo! Yes. Okay, so you guys open your eyes if you have been closing them. Come back to your physical body, be in the now, be in the space, and get a pen and paper out. We are going to go into it today. And, you know, I was going to present this whole slides and presentation, and then I just kind of felt that it would be better if I shared from my heart and also shared from a space of what I've been, from my experience, especially with a lot of what I'm going to be speaking on today. So, and I also need to figure out how in the heck to do a YouTube presentation. So we'll figure that out. We're all learning here, right? Hi, Natasha. So happy to see you, that you're here. For anybody that's just joining, please put your name in the comments, where you're coming from, tuning in from. And now that we've set our intentions, please put your intention or what you are manifesting in the chat box, so we can all hold that in the collective cauldron, as I was mentioning. And this is going to be what your homework essentially will be after this. If you create the time to implement some of these tools from Feng Shui into your life and also bring in that manifestation that you're creating, this is what we're going to be doing today. So first of all, hi, my name is Nixie Marie. As you all know, I'm a Feng Shui practitioner, and today we're going over how to use Feng Shui for manifestation. Now, I first want to say, as a full disclosure and a disclaimer, that I think manifestation is definitely a buzzword, and I do think it is something that we get to be very conscious of what we're creating when we're manifesting, because we are constantly creating with the universe. We are constantly creating, whether we're speaking it out, thinking it out, healing it out, creating it out, designing it out, dancing it out, putting stuff in our homes. We're constantly co-creating with the universe. And this is like the big thing that keeps coming through for me. In our new world, in our new reality, in this new earth, materialism isn't in that alignment, right? I mean, I feel like we're all here to be an understanding of that. You guys are my tribe. You're my people. We all understand that we get to consciously create a new world for the collective. And so manifestation absolutely can be selfish and absolutely can be, I'm calling in a new car, a new home, amazing trip, amazing travels, a new lifestyle, a completely different career. All of these elements, they're so important and so absolutely acceptable. However, and I want to also add that manifestation can also get into a slippery slope of unconscious materialism addiction. And so we want to be conscious of when we're manifesting that we are using this word very with a powerful sacred demeanor, because it is a sacred word. And I think it gets used often in a way that isn't being held to a caliber that it is sacred. So that's my disclaimer, because I really believe that manifesting is so beautiful. It totally works. It's powerful. We have a lot of ways, but we're always manifesting. We're always consciously co-creating and unconsciously co-creating through our thoughts, our words, our actions, and what we put in our homes and how we hoard clutter in our homes and all of these things. So we're always manifesting and we're always unmanifesting because we create things that we don't want as well. But today we get to talk about creating what we do want. So first of all, what is Feng Shui? Because some of you guys know a little bit about Feng Shui. Maybe you have no idea. You've never heard it before. So first and foremost, Feng Shui is essentially, it means wind and water. So it is a opportunity for you to balance your home life with your energy field. And it was originally created because many monks, upon the time in which like the Temple of Heaven was getting created in China, they were invited into this opportunity to create the Temple of Heaven for the emperor. And what they did was they wanted to create something that was a home, or the temple. Let's be honest, this temple is massive and beautiful. You guys should look it up. It's absolutely gorgeous. But they've created this based on how nature has a rhythm and a harmonizing way that it co-creates with itself. So Feng Shui is a way for you to essentially harmonize yourself with nature inside of your space. So what we do as when we work with Feng Shui is we work with the 5 elements: earth, fire, water, wood, and metal, which is all of creation. And we harmonize your environment to be balanced. So let's say, for example, if you have too much fire in your home, then you could feel like you're burning out. If you have too much wood in your home, too much earth, so on and so forth, you kind of get the point that we get to align our homes with the balance of nature. So that was kind of the coolest thing that I thought when I was learning Feng Shui, is that, you know, through all my mysticism, through all my path as a witch, through all my path as diving into the esoteric, I really found that, oh, of course, you know, we're going to be working with the elements, because it's also, I mean, it's an ancient philosophy, definitely rooted in the Chinese culture. However, there's a lot of mysticism, Native American principles. There's a lot of other beautiful modalities that are actually engraved in Feng Shui. So that's really in a nutshell what Feng Shui is. And the second most important thing that you need to know today about Feng Shui, and I've spoke on this if you've been in any other maybe classes or you took the clutter challenge recently with me, is the Bagua Map. The Bagua Map is essentially, I don't have my thing together. So this is the PowerPoint I was going to show you guys. So this is the Bagua Map, and essentially this is a 9-part square of every single area of your life. That's of the most importance, and this relates to the 4 directions. So for example, your southwest corner in your home is your love and your relationships. So there is a really powerful way that you can work with the Bagua Map and manifest inside of your space. So what we are going to do today is first look at the Bagua Map, understand what it is, and I'm going to make sure you guys get a copy of the Bagua Map for everybody who registered. You'll get one in your email. I'll also send you guys the declutter planner because it was also in there. So surprise little gift for you today. And with that being said, what the Bagua system allows us to do is to really focus on all these 9 areas of our home that relate to our external reality and also our internal space. So I like to say what you see is what you create. Now, there's so many different ways to look at how we create. Like I was saying, you consciously co-create with the universe. You are creating through what you say, what you speak. But I like to say you create through what you see, because when we are in our homes every single day, we are seeing all these things and we are programming our subconscious as we see everything in our spaces. So I want that to like click for you, because if you know manifestation, if you know law of attraction, and you've already kind of studied some of these principles, even if you haven't, it just makes sense. It's sort of of course, that makes sense. Of course, we can program our subconscious through our homes because we're constantly in them. And we can also reprogram our subconscious by shifting up the energy, creating a whole new space, putting certain artwork on the walls. And I'm going to share with you guys what artwork or what walls are very important for you to always make sure you're keeping something that you're manifesting, something that you're calling forth into your life, because these walls you see every single day more than any other wall. So the Bagua Map is your guide. It's your foundation. And Feng Shui is really big on foundation, just like anything in life. Without a solid foundation, you cannot build a strong house. And I believe we have three homes. We have our home that we live in, we have our home that is our earth, and we have our home that is within. And so without a solid foundation with any of these three homes, we have an unsolid, ungrounded foundation that we're building upon. And so we want to make sure that our foundations are always solid, especially in these times, you guys, especially right now, because without having that stability, we are going to feel wobbly out in the world. We are going to feel ungrounded approaching society. And that's just the facts. I think for anybody who's sensitive, like myself, or anybody who's in the more, spiritual healing arts to some degree, or even an entrepreneur. I mean, anybody who's doing any inner work, we've got to have a solid foundation. So the Bagua Map, and if you have a pen and paper, I'm going to go over the 9 areas. And then, of course, you're going to get this in your email. So don't worry if you don't have a pen and paper. But we're going to start with the southeast corner. So the southeast corner is your wealth and prosperity. So this is your money corner. And this also, to be clear, you can use this in a separate room in your home. So if you have a roommate, if you have a kitchen in your southeast corner, or something that doesn't quite align for you to really create, let's say like an altar or a money wealth corner at all, then you can actually go into a room, and when you find the directions in your home, you're always going to be, your back is going to be facing a door. So traditionally you would go into your front door. Your front door would be behind you. You would get your compass out and you would look to see where the 4 directions in my home, and then you would align your Bagua Map based on that. If you, like I said, need to do it based on a specific room, like maybe your bedroom, go into your bedroom, make sure the door is behind you, and get out your compass and check where the 4 directions are in your bedroom. So hopefully that's making sense. Give me some love if that's making sense. Just let me know in the chat box. If you guys also have any questions, we'll do questions at the end, but just want to make sure you guys are following me. Okay, so southeast corner, your wealth and prosperity. This is also important for us to talk about, speaking on manifestation, because let's be honest, we live in a world where money is how we gain things. Now, we could also trade. We could also, Bitcoin and crypto are starting to become a really important part of our society. But also, money is the exchange of energy that that is the model we are currently in to create abundance, to create and have things in our life. You really can't, you can try. I mean, I think all of us maybe to some degree have been in a space of wanting to create a system that doesn't align with money, but right now that's where we are. So with that being said, you really do want to have a very amazing, beautiful wealth corner. There are some tips and amazing cures that you can do with your wealth corner. If that's, again, your southeast area, you can create a money altar. You can put some dollar bills there. You can get Chinese feng shui coins and put those there. But the biggest thing is just making sure this space is clear of clutter. And if you have a money room, like for me, our guest bedroom is in our money corner. And so we, for the longest time, it was actually Cameron, my partner's, his office space. And he can get I will say, kind of like it feels like a college dorm room. He's just a boy, you know. I mean, you know how men are. And he is so cute, but it wasn't like, it was really not feeling, once I was feng shuiing our space, it really wasn't feeling like this isn't exactly the type of relationship that I want to have with money. And it was perfect because he actually didn't want to be in that room anymore. So we decided to move him in a different room, and we created the guest room, and we made sure that we put a fountain in there. We put all these things that kind of made us feel like wealth, that made us feel like what we wanted to call forth. And this is where the feng shui magic for me really started to happen. My business started to do out. One of the guy almost tried to kill himself. It was crazy, crazy stuff. And this is all Cameron's dad's homes that we had been trying to sell once he passed. And once we put this fountain in, we have some manifestations here. If you guys haven't put your manifestations yet in the chat box, go ahead too, because I want to give you like real tangible tips and examples, not just out of thin air. Katie says she's from Virginia, and is your manifestation calm? Well, let's just use that as an example. So if you want a calm energy, walk around your space, every single room, and ask yourself, does this space make me feel calm? Am I peaceful? And how do you then create that peace? So, for example, you could create a little meditation altar with, I'm sure you already have this, but if you want it to feel calmer, start putting things in your decor that make you feel calm. You can decorate with blues, with grays, with anything artwork related that has, maybe I'm seeing like a beachy wave scene, something that really brings a calming energy to your space. And if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. We are in the middle of our masterclass here, and you can go ahead and just put in the chat box your name, where you're tuning in from, and what you're manifesting today. So that's some really fun tips. And like I said, have fun with it. Like, have fun with your decor. Make sure that you are setting an intention when you're putting these things into your space as well. So if you want that intention to be calm, if you want your energy to feel super peaceful and healing and serene, and just feel like you're on vacation, then set your intentions as you're putting these spaces in. It's just like when we're working with crystals and we're putting them in different spaces, we want to be setting an intention and really putting our energy into these objects, because our objects, I want you to think of this. So imagine your body, your energetic body, as all the chakra points. You see all the chakra points in your energetic body. And I want you kind of to see your energy body radiating off of you, because we have an energy body that extends out beyond our physical, right? So let's just say your energetic body is extended out to here. Then all of these objects around you also emit an energetic body, a frequency. And so your body, your frequency is aligning to all these things around you. And if you have too much clutter, if you have a space that isn't giving you support in manifesting what your desires are, then you are actually attuning to all these things that you don't want. And that's when I was speaking to what you're unconsciously creating in your life as well. So that's a really big thing to think about when you are creating your space. Maybe you're redesigning it. Maybe hi Marina, so good to see you here. Welcome. And okay, so Marina's calling in more clients. Let's speak to that. So you want more clients. This is what you're manifesting. So when you are in your office, if you have an office space in your house or wherever you work, wherever you put your energy into your workspace, what you're going to do is create I'm kind of actually seeing a picture or a painting or something that has you, like one person just helping people, just guiding people. There's a ton of beautiful people below, kind of creating this almost like a classroom, being able to really create that. So Also, another beautiful way to bring in more clients is to, I love starting my day with a Lakshmi prayer. And this is part of the rituals and spells that you can do to call in more abundance and clients if this is what your business is requesting of you, for entrepreneurs like myself, which we constantly have to be doing this work, because as an entrepreneur, it's really easy to just get comfortable, and it's really easy to just become like tolerant in what we're where we're at. But as an entrepreneur, we are also committed to growth. We are also committed to expansion, and we always have to be mindful of what our business needs. So sit with yourself every morning and work with this Lakshmi prayer. You can actually find the Lakshmi mantra on YouTube. Search Lakshmi mantra prayer, and you can sit there and get your mala beads and sit there and chant until you're complete with your mala beads. This is my favorite exercise to bring in abundance, to bring in clients, to bring in more of anything within my business or within my life, really, because Lakshmi is a really powerful goddess and deity to help us create that prosperity. And the beautiful thing about Lakshmi is she actually comes from this place of like, here's my gift to you because you're already abundant. You're already like, when you tune into her energy, I'm kind of like feeling her here in her consciousness, is that she really gives because you're already deserving, you're already worthy of all that you really desire. So she doesn't give to in like a greedy way, is what I'm saying. It's really just a nourishing way for her to, for you to work with her. So that would be another really beautiful example. You can also get a Lakshmi deity or a statue sculpture to put in your on your altar, and really do like show up with her and work with her. I always like to say, do anything for a full lunar cycle. When I work with my feng shui clients, we always work within a lunar cycle to create a space that gives them time to make the changes. So work with that lunar cycle. I think we're coming up on a new moon shortly. We just had a full moon about a week and a half ago. So we're kind of going into the new moon, which would be a perfect time for you to start a new ritual and a new practice with creating more clients. So hopefully everyone else also resonates with that, because I do know there are a lot of entrepreneurs here, and we always need more sales, more clients, more customers, because what we have to offer is actually supporting us in our finances, in our dreams, and also being able to create more of everything else that we love to create. And I know there's so many more, in like, we're intentional with what we're doing. And so I think that's the really beautiful thing about, if you're interested in feng shui, it's all about intention. It's all about pure heart centered co-creation with the universe, within your space. So those are some good examples there. Hopefully you guys can really take away from that. If anybody else has a manifestation that they want me to give examples for, go ahead and put it in the chat box. I'm happy to support you with. That's what we're here for today. And that's it, and that's all. Like, we are creating right now in this moment, and all of the energy that I'm feeling from each and every one of you is in this collective cauldron where we get to manifest it together. So that's what, that was really my intention. Okay, moving on for a minute. If anybody has something, just put it in the chat. I'll come back to you. Important wall spaces. So there's three really important, well, two that are very important. One, if you have a desk or an office, which so many of us are working from home now. So there's two really important walls in your home that you have the power to literally reprogram your subconscious or manifest your desire with these walls. And the first one is your wall when you wake up that's facing your bed. So maybe if some people don't have walls, I actually have a fireplace that is it's like a beautiful, beautiful old fireplace, but I've decorated it to kind of make it resemble what I'm calling forth, because every time you wake up, you see this wall. So this wall, you could put your vision board here, but my invitation is to put a beautiful piece of artwork, whatever it is that you're calling forth, whether it is more clients. You could also put, something that represents more expansion. What the bigger question is, like, what does more clients bring for you and those you're working with? Like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? So let's say it's freedom. Let's say your clients get freedom, or they get more sales or something. I think we were talking last night. I met with Marina for some drinks. We were talking about she works with high level entrepreneurs, so or high level executives. So maybe that gives them free time because they're feeling what they're feeling from working with you. So what is it that they're feeling? Put that on your wall. What does it feel like? Remembering your why. Like, it's getting deeper than just that foundational desire. What does it actually look like when you create that desire? Because we do have to remember that with manifestation, we have to believe it, we have to see it, we have to feel it in order for it to become a reality in our life. We cannot just write it down and go, okay, it's coming, right? Like, that's it. That's all I got to do. No, we've actually got to then put in the work to create that reality. So, the second most important wall in your space is the wall that you see when you walk into your front door. So, as soon as you open your door, you see this wall, or maybe it's a hallway, or maybe it's stairs, or maybe it's whatever it is for you. This is a very important space for you to also use for manifesting. Now, a couple tips here, because everybody has an interesting front door. If you have a wall and it feels like you're walled in, like you walk in and it's a tight corner, this is where using mirrors can be really, really powerful. And this is why mirrors are a very big thing in Feng Shui, because a mirror would actually open up the space and it would make you feel expansive. And also, your front door, which I'm going to get into a little deeper here in a minute, your front door is actually where your chi, all your energy comes into your front door. So when you, let's just say your friends come over and they're first greeted with your front door. This is where your friends, your people, and the chi energy will actually, that's their first impression they get of you. And it's also the opportunity to where you can bring in all this beautiful chi and this beautiful energy that comes into your space. So you want to make sure that you keep your front door clear. And when you open that door, if there is a stairway that kind of leads you up or down, you want to stop the chi, you want to stop the energy so that it actually, the chi will actually flow around your space versus going up or down. And the way you can do that is, my favorite way to do that. I'm an artist, so I love working with art, but I think that when you put a piece of art that kind of stops people in their tracks, that's a perfect remedy to do if you have stairs going up or down. Another thing is you can work with mirrors, anything that's grounding. So sometimes putting plants at the base of the stairs, that can be a great way to stop the energy. And then there's also a way to stop it by putting if you have a carpet runner that kind of goes up or goes down, that's a great way to sort of block up the energy. So those are some things that you really want to keep in mind as you're decorating your space, because you want to just think about, when you're being welcomed into your home, how does it feel? Are you getting welcomed, or is it confusing? We live in a, very old Topanga home that is like a cabin in the woods. So I had to do a lot of feng shui tweaking to really make it so that the energy and the chi was actually coming into our space, because we live up these really long stairways and there's all these other properties and it's kind of confusing. So I had to really direct the chi the way that I wanted it to go, because we kind of have two front doors. So you have to think about these things, and think about, how are you directing the chi? If you live in an apartment building with a bunch of other people, best thing you can do is put a welcome mat. Put a mat that says literally welcome, maybe a little fake or real plant or some lights out front. Give your space, give your front door some love, give it some enhancement. And that will allow for your chi to come in and move freely. And then when you look at that front door and you open the door and you see the wall, that's where you can also put like an artwork or something you're calling in. Some people like to put plants because it's grounding. So I really just encourage you to think of those two walls when you're thinking about what you're manifesting, what you're calling in. If you're manifesting a calm space like Katie, then putting something, even like a fountain, a water fountain, would be lovely to put in your front door or front walkway to really create that calm sensation, so that when people walk in, excuse me, they're like, Ah, this feels so lovely. This is so nice. The energy is so surreal. And if that's what you want in your life, calm energy, then that's what you can create with your decor and your powerful feng shui magic. Okay, excuse me while I take a sip. Okay, so next thing that I want to say, if you have an office space, if you have or anywhere you work, whatever you're facing, like I have a wall that I'm looking at right now, and I also have a window. So my wall space, I actually have a really beautiful piece of art that I got from Moab. It's like a Native American metal sheet art in a way, and it's really beautiful, and it just reminds me of, for me, I had a really spiritual profound experience in Moab. It was a lot of family healing, a lot of stuff going on there, and that for me is this reminder of like my strength and my wisdom and my ability to persevere in really challenging situations. So that's just an example of like how I use artwork to remind me of who I am, and also to just be in my space. I'm always looking at that wall. That wall is literally in front of me most of the time. So think about that as you create and as you put things in front of you. Just think about, what are you seeing the most in your space, and put things that you're manifesting there. So I hope that's clear. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, put it in the chat box. This is so much fun, and I can't believe we're almost done. All right, so we went over vision boarding, and again, you guys will get a Bagua map. I actually have my own Bagua map. This is from my Feng Shui certification, and I made mine a lot more cute and fun. But I'll give you guys my copy in your email, as well as my declutter planner as a gift for you, because clutter, you guys, that's my next topic. Clutter is such a anchor for everything that we don't want. All the stagnant energy that we don't want in our life is such, it's a mirror through all the clutter that we hoard and create. And I'm personally not like, I kind of balance between my life in my home, which is got stuff and knickknacks and things, and I'm not a complete minimalist. But then I've got my life on my boat that's literally like, we do not have a lot because we can't, we can't have too much in a small space. But I think that having balance and knowing when it feels cluttery, like you can have, if you like knickknack stuff, if you like sacred objects, if you like books, if you like a lot of different stuff around your home, it doesn't mean that you need to get rid of everything. It just means give everything a home. And also, something came to mind when I was doing the clutter challenge. Do you actually use everything in your space? Like, I feel that when I used to go to meet with clients in my cleaning business, I would find so many families wouldn't use their pools, their jacuzzis, their things that were outside. And I kind of thought, this is funny, because you spend, all this time, you work really hard in your career, and you come home and just turn on the TV, and don't use other things in your space. Even our guest room, like we use that as our nap room because we want to make sure we're still utilizing the space and really honoring the space and giving it energy, because everything in our home has energy. Everything in our space gets to have love and attention. So, with that being said, think about your home, think about everything around it when you're clearing clutter and you're decluttering. And I have an amazing, like, 7-step rainbow declutter method that I created that's based off the chakra systems, and it allows you to help. It's like a little deeper than how does it spark joy. It's much more, does it bring grounding? Does it bring creativity? Does it bring all these things? Because when we have too much that isn't aligned to our chakras and creating a flow of energy, then we will create a stagnancy in our life. So, I mean, it's really powerful when we start to clear. I think this is why most feng shui practitioners and anyone talking feng shui really invites people. Like every time I work with clients, like decluttering is the first thing that we do, because we can't call in with all this stuff already there. Like I mentioned earlier about fall being a time for the dead leaves to fall away, and it's all the dead things get to go, and we get to let go of all this energy. in order to let go, we've got to let go of the things that are around us that no longer serve us, so that we can make space and make room for everything that we want to manifest and call forth. So I think that's oftentimes why I hear people struggle with, I'm manifesting, I'm asking for it, I feel like I'm really doing the work. It's like, okay, great. But, and are you also making space? Are you also making space for what you're calling in? Or is it just you doing this work and you're putting out all these things, not focusing on the fact that you have all this stuff right in front of you? And to remember that the best way to manifest is to be in gratitude for what you already have and be in appreciation for everything that you have right in front of you, because we always have what we need. And if you're in a space of all your needs are not met, or all your needs aren't met in that way, then I really invite you to be in a place of deep gratitude, because when we are coming from that space and manifesting, we generate from an authentic space versus I just want this because I want this. So be really clear about why you want it and what your why is within your manifesting, because that'll actually help you become more clear on whether or not you really do want that or not. A lot of times, even with entrepreneurs, I mean, we say we want more sales, more this and more that. And sometimes, like, I do remember, like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta be careful what I wish for sometimes, or be more clear about what I'm wishing for, because I sometimes it's hard when you start getting more and you're not quite ready for that, and it becomes overwhelming. So we do get to be intentional about what we're asking for in our life. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about when we bring feng shui into our homes, because then we are being intentional. There's a beautiful hawk that just flew by, so had to acknowledge that. We are being actually, it's really close. Sorry, I get distracted by birds. Birds, squirrels, all the things. I'm a nature girl, as I'm sure so many of you guys are. But we really can create with feng shui. Everything is about intention. So when we create with our homes, we are being intentional, and that's the invitation here. So really appreciate all of you guys really being here and listening to that, because I really believe in the power of feng shui to manifest. And you have all these amazing tools to do so, and all these amazing skills now. And now there's just more in your tool belt to be able to call forth what your desires are. So if anybody has any questions or any last things they would like some support with, put in the space what you're manifesting. If anybody just joined on here, we're just wrapping up. I cannot believe the hour is gone. Went so fast. And again, my name is Nixie Marie. I'm Feng Shui practitioner, and I host New Earth podcast. And I'm also about to launch a new course to teach you all about the feng shui essentials, all the basics of feng shui. And this course information is all on, I'm actually going to send you the link. It'll just be a lot easier for me to go over all that with you guys having the link. So this course actually launches in October, on let me see here, I think it's the 16th. We just moved the course date back because I'm actually staying in LA a little longer, for those of you know that I've been traveling. So on the 21st, this course goes live, and we are actually going to be doing it every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want more information on that, I'm going to put the link in the chat box here. And I'm really excited because it's something that I had my feng shui course, Sustainable Sacred Space, before. And this is just feng shui. We're not really going into a lot of the sustainability aspects of it. It's a lot more your basics feng shui, how to really create and harmonize yourself with your environment so that you can create a high vibe home. And okay, here we go. Here is the link here. Just going to put that there for you guys. I'm also going to send you an email. So it's also going to come in your email box. So don't worry. I'm going to send you a few emails reminding you if you're interested in joining, because we have a early bird price that's going on right now until we have 2 weeks for early bird, and then we'll go into the regular price. So please go check it out if you're interested. I'm really excited to be teaching Feng Shui, and I really believe that it's, again, this amazing, amazing tool to really connect us with nature and remind us of our power and thrive. And I see how Feng Shui can really create sustainability in our lives, so that we're creating sustainable habits that actually last versus, just kind of being in a hamster wheel of going around and being in a circle that isn't really going anywhere, which kind of feels like our world right now. Our world feels like a circle. Everything's coming up to the surface to be healed, to be looked at, to be, really worked through. And it's heavy, it's intense out there for all of us empaths. So thank you again for joining on this masterclass. I have another masterclass we're going to be doing next week on Thursday, also at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be my second series. So I'm doing 3 masterclasses, and next week we'll be doing another one. So if you really liked this one, stay tuned. I've got you on my email list now, so I will definitely let you guys know when the next one is and what it's all about, and when you can sign up. And thank you, Katie, Marina, Jose, Elsie, Natasha, everyone else who's been here today. Having your energy here has been such a joy. And what you bring to the table really, really, really matters, especially right here, right now, for you just like honoring your time. So thank you all. I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing day. And go have fun with your space. Go get inspired. It's fall also, so get some pumpkins. Pumpkins and apples symbolize abundance. Decorate your altar. If you don't have one, create an altar. Shift the energy. Sweep your cobwebs away and have some fun. Create magic and see what you can create with all that. Thank you all so much. Again, I'm Nixie Marie. All of you know me pretty well by now, but for those of the recording, thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Woo! Bye, Marina. Bye, Katie. Bye, Jose.